So you would agree that membership in the Mongols Motorcycle Club is not in itself a civil infraction, correct?
Not whatsoever.
Okay.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Judge Mills. I'll be handling these. We have there were 3 set. 1 is up on appeal, so there's 2 set for today. They're civil traffic violations. So we have case 25 CCV 000649 Joshua Montes, and then the second case, and I only bring it up because it's my understanding you want to consolidate them.
That's what I was going to move the court for, Your Honor. That would make it so much more expeditious.
Yeah,
It's the same facts.
Yeah, after reading the citation, they were both cited at the exact same time by the same officer, pulled over together. And so that, let me call that case, and that is 25 CCV 000648. That's the state of Nevada versus William Silva. And so go ahead and do your motion to consolidate them then.
Your Honor, they are the same facts. For expediency, I would move that we consolidate the 2 cases and we do the hearing together.
Okay, yeah, I agree. To save it, so Sergeant Doty is the one, at least looking at the ticket, is the one who issued the ticket citation, and that would allow him just to testify the one time.
Yes, and he's been subpoenaed to both, but it would, yes.
Yeah, all right, we'll go ahead and do that. I know, so Madam Clerk, just take notes. It's going to be for both of them. They should be very similar notes. The tickets are identical, cited at the same time by the same officer and the same pullover. With the same surrounding facts, my understanding, just based by looking at the citation. All right, so do you want to, who's going to be your first witness?
I would call Sergeant Doty, please.
All right, let's go ahead and get Mr. Doty.
Is it customary in this court to sit for most of the time?
What's that?
Is it customary in your court for us to sit most of the time?
Yeah, oh yeah. You can stand up, sit, whatever.
And may I give the flash drive of exhibits to your clerk?
Yeah, we got to figure out how we're going to play them, because normally we don't plug a flash drive into our jabs. Normally, depending on what it is, we play it off of do you have a laptop?
I do have a laptop.
Okay, well, we could play it. I know he called IT on how to make sure that it goes through jabs. We were going to call in and have it.
May I, Your Honor, when it goes through JAVS or Zoom, in previous cases, even last week, there was a certain lag that made things difficult, and we ended up bypassing the system and just doing the laptop then as well.
And I've done that too. I'm still a practicing lawyer, and so it does. Sometimes I'm able to load it in through JABS, doing it through the electronically, giving it to the clerk, and letting them play it on the screen. And then several times I also have to do it from a laptop.
Yeah, so, right. But I can certainly give the flash drive afterwards.
Yeah, we'll need the flash drive. So if you fill it, whatever the decision is, either side, whatever, we have that as evidence. Now with these traffic citations, I'm sure you're aware, they are informal in a sense. We're looking at equity, want the rules of evidence to still apply, but in a more relaxed type of setting. We don't have a district attorney here, as you've noticed, and we're not a city, so we don't have a city attorney. I will ask questions. I will sometimes interrupt to get some specific stuff, and I'm not playing either role. I'm just, as a seeker of facts, will sometimes ask questions. So if I do that, I'll try not to interrupt you when I do it. I'll usually wait till you're done and then I'll ask some questions. Okay. Sure. All right, let's get
it's your courtroom, Your Honor.
Yeah. Go ahead and swear them in.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name and spell your last name for the record.
Yep. He Doty, last of D-O-T-Y.
Good morning.
Morning.
Now, is it Sergeant Doty?
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want, though.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Sergeant Doty, how are you employed?
With the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
Okay, in what capacity?
As a supervisor, first rank sergeant.
Okay. And where are you assigned?
In the Northeast Area Command's Overton Residence Section.
Okay. What do you do in your assignment generally?
Oh, boy. So we cover over 3,000 square miles of Northeast Clark County. It's considered a rural area. I supervise a squad of officers, and we do a variety of stuff to include search and rescues, community events, normal patrol functions. We do our own traffic enforcement, traffic accidents. We respond to calls for service. Generally what patrol does, plus a lot more, if that makes sense.
Okay. How many officers do you supervise?
Currently right now, 9.
Are there other sergeants that supervise more officers, or is it just you 10?
Just us.
You're the 10 that does these 3,000 square miles?
Correct.
You said?
Yep.
Okay. What was your assignment on July 26, 2025?
Just another day, just the same assignment, just working my shift.
Did you have any visitors, officer visitors, police visitors on that day?
Yes, we did.
Okay, who did you have?
I'd have to probably look at CAD and stuff like that. We had a few officers come out.
Okay. Where were they from?
If I remember right, they were from Northeast, Bolden, and a detective squad.
And a detective squad. And was that in the intelligence section?
I don't know specifically like their exact 100%, their like formal 100% title.
Okay. Do you remember their names?
Like probably by face. I mean, we're a pretty large agency. I've been out here for almost 6 years now and working out here in the rural section. We are far removed from Vegas. As you know, we live an hour outside of Vegas. So
Okay.
we don't go to Vegas very often unless I probably go to Vegas once a week.
Okay.
So.
Did they give you a special assignment that day?
I wouldn't say like, this is what you're going to do, if that makes sense. Like they didn't tell me what my shift or what my duties or responsibility was going to be that day.
Well, why were they here?
Well, because we had a gathering, we had a group of people come, and generally speaking, it's usually me and one other officer working, and we have quite a large area. So a lot of times we'll have help come to our area. Like if we have community events, we have people come. If we have like the Clark County Fair, we have a lot of people come. Does that make sense? We operate with minimal resources as it is. Like right now we have the corn maze going on, and that attracts a few thousand people. So we'll bring in extra help because we're always at minimum staffing.
What was the gathering?
What I was told, it was a motorcycle club.
Okay, and where were they gathering?
I don't see why this is related to 484B 600.
You get to make objections. Please answer the question.
Okay.
Where were they gathering?
In Logandale.
At a private residence?
Yes.
Okay. Did they gather publicly or just at that?
I don't know.
Public. Okay. So were you instructed in any way to gain intelligence on members of that motorcycle club?
Can you be more specific? That's kind of a broad.
Right, it was meant to be broad.
Okay.
Right, because either these visiting officers asked you and your officers to gain intelligence on this motorcycle club, or they didn't. Did they?
Did they? So if we come in contact, yes.
Okay. What did they instruct
But the thing is it's not like that's what all I worked, if that makes sense. Like I was supervisor for my officers for our area. We covered Bunkerville, Coyote Springs. Like we were still responsible for the area.
Okay. Were you instructed to do field interviews?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I never did any myself.
Okay. Did you instruct your officers to do field interviews?
I don't remember.
Okay. Were you briefed sometime with your shift by the visiting officers?
Yes.
Okay. What happened in that briefing?
Now, objection, so there's no one here to object, he made an objection as to relevance, and so can you do an offer of proof to me as to where we're going? Because I don't want to make this an issue about what he was, this is a civil as you know, I'm gonna state the obvious. This is a civil traffic ticket for 5 over, and so.
Well, it's in the complaint, Your Honor. It's literally in the complaint. He made it an issue in the complaint. I'll do the offer of proof. I'll pause this questioning and do the offer of proof if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to bring up what I have marked as Exhibit D. And Your Honor, this is a civil citation. You can just simply.
Can he call in and play it? Or what is it?
It's Mr. Silva's civil citation.
Okay, I got that.
Right, you got it, but I'm gonna bring it to.
Well, we can just give him.
I have copies of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So if you'll look at, I have it marked as Exhibit D, and that's Mr. Silva's citation.
Okay.
Do you indicate on that citation that Mr. Silva is a member of the Mongols Motorcycle Club? That or the notes?
Yes. Well, no, I said Ryder had Mongol insignias on his motorcycle.
Okay, so you mentioned the Mongols Motorcycle Club, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now let me look at Exhibit E.
Is that the other
And that is
citation?
the other citation.
Yes.
What do you say about?
Hold on, just because he wasn't part of this, Mr. Sergeant Doty. He made a motion to consolidate the 2 cases. And I grant it because of the sole purpose, so you'd only have to testify once.
Okay.
And so he may flip back and forth between the 2 citations.
Yep.
And I did that because it looked, based on what I read on the citation, it was one stop.
Correct.
The facts are gonna all be complied to both of them at the
Exactly.
same time, and so just for the efficiency. So that's why he may jump back and forth,
Gotcha.
so,
Yeah, no worries.
okay.
I'm tracking.
In Exhibit E, which is Mr. Montez's citation, did you also mention the Mongols Motorcycle Club?
Yes.
Okay, what did you say in the citation?
Ryder also has Mongol Motorcycle Club insignias on his vest.
Okay, so you indicated in both citations that Mr. Silva and Mr. Montez were associated with the Mongols Motorcycle Club, correct?
I said that they had Mongol insignias on their vest. That's what I wrote.
Okay, and the citation is a civil complaint, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you are the complainant. You signed those civil complaints, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and who is the citation or this civil complaint filed with?
The Moapa Valley Justice Court?
Okay, so what you write in the citation is information that is directed at the court for the incident, correct?
Generally.
Okay,
But it's also meant to refresh memory as well.
okay, but it's a civil complaint, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you would agree that membership in the Mongols Motorcycle Club is not in itself a civil infraction, correct?
Not whatsoever.
Okay, yet you indicate that information in these speeding citations anyway, correct?
I do that if it's an individual that's rude or angry with us, if he's argumentative, if the individual doesn't speak English very well, I put in their notes to refresh my memory. So like if an individual has some outlandish reason why they're speeding, for example, I'll generally put that in my notes to kind of give a reason as to why they're speeding or to kind of paint a picture.
Okay, let me answer the question, ask the question again, because I don't believe you answered what I asked.
Okay.
Yet you included that information in the civil complaint, correct?
I did write in there that they had Mongol insignias on their vest.
Okay, and you mentioned argumentative, specifically Mr. Silva. Was he courteous to you?
Which one did I write down?
I didn't ask you to reflect your recollection, your
Okay.
officer. If you could just simply answer.
I can't answer that unless I refresh my memory and put
Oh,
citations.
you don't remember if he was courteous to you?
One of them was super nice and the other one was argumentative. I remember one was really, really nice, but I don't remember. I can't testify
Okay.
which one.
And the other one was objecting to what
Correct.
was going on,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Oh, okay, all right. If you could look at Mr. Silva's ticket, at the portion where it says whether he was courteous or not.
Oh, you're asking me if I put on there that he was courteous?
I am asking if he was courteous, and I'm saying you can refresh your recollection
Okay.
by looking at the citation.
Yes.
Okay, so when you included the information of Mr. Silva and Mr. Montez's association in the official citation, in the civil complaint, right? You included it because you thought it was relevant in some way, correct?
Again, I often add notes to help refresh my memory because, as you know, these court dates might be pushed on for years. There might be reasons as to what they do. Notes in there to help refresh my memory and maybe help the judge or whoever, if this goes to court, to help them understand what the reality of, because like, you know, you try to condense a 30-minute encounter down to a couple sentences. It's kind of hard to do that.
So you just testified that you wrote their association with the Mongols Motorcycle Club to help the judge, correct?
No, I did not testify that. I gave an example. I gave an example as to why I put notes on there to help refresh my memory so that I can paint a good picture of what's going on.
Your Honor, I think it's very clear he made an issue by including it as the complainant in the civil complaints themselves. Additionally, it goes to bias. It goes to ulterior motives for pulling over Mr. Silva and Mr. Montez, and it goes to equal protection claims and freedom of association claims.
Can I just?
That's right. No, I understand your argument. I'm sitting here listening to what's being done, but in no way does this affect the fact that they are had markings or patches or whatever it was to insinuate that they were part of that motorcycle association. It in no way influences me. As what I'm hearing is it's to part of the notes that go in there, and I see notes all the time, and that's what I consider them. They're just notes. A person cannot be found guilty or not guilty. Sorry, a ticket cannot be substantiated based off the citation alone. There's always got to be an affidavit, declaration from an officer to go with it, or the testimony. And so today we have the testimony, but the notes themselves, I take them as for what they are. As in this case, they were notes, as testimony was to help refresh his memory, to recall the event, and that's what it is. In no way influences my decision with regards to those tickets.
I understand that it shouldn't influence your decision. However, I'm saying it influenced his decision to write the citation, and it also shows bias. Additionally, Yikwo v. Hopkins, 118 U.S. 356, 1886 United States Supreme Court.
Why don't we get through the, sorry, counsel, cut you off. Why don't we get through all the questioning, and then at the end, you can, in your closing, if you want, you can make these arguments, or you.
Well, Your Honor, can I continue that questioning then? That line of questioning? With the Mongols Motorcycle Club?
Well, you have. I mean, I've asked him like 3 times if he put it down. I've read it. It's there. So
then I need to establish the facts then to be able to make arguments, correct?
Well, what facts are you, what's your offer of proof?
My offer of proof is that this goes to bias. It goes to his reasons for writing the citation. It goes to equal protection. It goes to First Amendment freedom of association claims. Yikwo v. Hopkins, for 150 years, the law has been clear that even if a law is neutral, if it is enforced in a discriminatory way, that enforcement is void. It goes all the way back to Marbury versus Madison with freedom of association, to where if any enforcement action is contrary to the Constitution, that as it is applied is void. I will establish that the Mongols Motorcycle Club is a protected association by both the Ninth Circuit and United States Supreme Court, and Nevada Supreme Courts. I will establish all of this, which means that I need to ask Sergeant Doty these questions, and I need to get the evidence so that I can make my proper arguments.
Okay, so in the cases you cite, we're dealing with laws that on the face of them appear to be constitutionally valid. However, when they were enforced in a manner which showed that the outcome was unconstitutional, that it was biased. Are you alleging then that a speeding ticket to 1 to 10 over when enforced is a biased law? Is that, I mean,
no, I'm not talking about the law. I'm talking about the enforcement of the law. Again, Roe v. Hopkins The law was neutral. The law was on its face constitutional. It's the
Right.
application of which. What I intend to show is that Sergeant Doty chose not to enforce the laws against other people and selectively enforce them against my clients.
So if you want to ask those questions, let's just get right to it. Why did he pull it
Okay.
over?
And-
What it was, and just let's get to it.
And this is going, we're setting the table, Your Honor, to where, what was this briefing? Why was he there? He's allowed to write this information about the Mongols for Your Honor to consider, but am I not allowed also to set the table of exactly what he was doing and why he was doing it that day?
You have, and so,
I'm not yet.
so the testimony I've heard so far, right? And then recap, if you want to fill it in, this is the testimony that I have taken so far, is that he was on duty, he was doing his normal shift, that there were other law enforcement that came out, that they briefed him, that he continued his on-duty patrol, and that I haven't got to why the pullover. I see it on the citation, but
We'll get there, Your Honor, but I asked the question, what was the briefing about? And that's when Your Honor stopped me and asked for my offer of proof. So may I continue with that question?
the briefing, what he's testified so far is the briefing was about an event that was taking place out here, correct?
Mhm.
That's what he testified
Yes,
to.
and what I would like to know more about this briefing. Clearly, it didn't stop there. I'm trying to set the table here, Your Honor, and show the bias that was put forth against my clients, that they were targeted specifically, and frankly, I believe some evidence was falsified. It would be legal suicide for me to come to this court and make those allegations without providing, Your Honor, a reason. And I am providing the reasons to support what we are presenting today.
Why don't you get to the pullover and then let's get to why he pulled him over and let's ask those questions.
Because, Your Honor, I'm setting the table. I'm giving the reasoning. I'm doing all of that. And I would like to continue my questioning, please. Or are you telling me I cannot ask any more about the briefing?
Well, you go ahead and ask him
Thank
a
you.
question with regards to the briefing, but this isn't going to be a trial based on the briefing. It's a trial based on dealing with the citation.
Oh, you'll get that information.
Yeah, that's where I
promise.
want to go.
I promise, but I do need to set the table. So thank you. What else was included in the briefing?
The briefing we had,
Yes, about the Mongols motorcycle club.
there's a lot of like greetings, we talked to each other. They spoke about an event that was happening out here, just as kind of like officer safety, just be aware because there's gonna be a large number of people coming in. You know, when I have 1 or 2 officers working a shift, when we have a large gathering of people coming, you know, it stretches us even thinner. So there's officer safety issues with that. Briefing on like a refresher of tactics when you pull over someone on a motorcycle and stuff like that.
Okay. Were you instructed to gain intelligence for the intelligence unit in that briefing?
Can you be a little bit more specific? Like, sure, yeah, because if we pull someone over, we can give them the event number and the information on who we pull over.
What about making them take off or pull up articles of the clothing to get some of their tattoo information? What about that? Were you instructed on that?
I don't remember if that was specifically said.
Oh, okay. Now, the visitors from the Mongols Motorcycle Club or people associated, they simply came in, went to the residence, stayed at the residence and came back, correct?
I can't testify to that because what if one of them went to the store? I can't testify to stuff I don't know.
Do you know?
I have a large area, so like I was pulled a million different directions. I still have officers that respond to calls for service. So I'm not just there just to do that.
Okay, but you have no evidence or you have no memory of them doing anything but going to the residence and then leaving Moapa, correct?
I can't testify to stuff I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have no recollection of them doing anything except going into the residence, spending time at the residence, and then leaving Moapa, correct?
I think he's answered. What he said is, what my understanding is,
Okay.
he has no idea. He wasn't observing them, that he was on patrol doing his normal duties. And so what they did, his example was if they went to the store, but the answer is he has no information as to what they did when they got here.
Your Honor, you mentioned earlier that you wanted to, that the rules of evidence were a little lax in your courtroom.
No,
I
not
have-
my courtroom. It's dealing with these civil,
Correct.
these civil traffic citations. They're meant to be informal and efficient and quick. They're civil.
Correct. So I have an entire line of questioning to authenticate body worn camera and some still shot frame by frames of that body worn camera. Would you like me to go through that, or would you just simply like me to offer them into evidence?
Yeah, well, you
Right.
can have him play it and say, does he
Okay.
recognize it? And is
What-
this your body cam? And
I just want
Yeah.
to know about your courtroom. Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I am going to bring up Exhibit A. It's not, do you want it to play up there?
You're gonna have to give me the flash drive. Second.
Perfect. Why don't we do that?
And is this your proposed exhibit A?
Yes.
Is that, can you tell me what it is?
It is Sergeant Doty's first body cam footage before he turned it off and had a second one.
Okay. Sergeant Doty, do you want to roll around or even stand? However you want to do it. I want you to be able to observe it.
And Sergeant Doty, what I'm going to ask you to do is watch it and authenticate it is what we're trying to do. I want you to look at it, identify whether or not it is in fact your body cam footage and whether or not it depicts, accurately depicts what happened on July 26, 2025.
Which exhibit did you want?
A,
A.
please.
Hey, can I get two, I got those motorcycle speeding going 64. Probably doing a stop on.
Can you pause it now, please? So far, does that accurately depict what happened on the day? Oh, is that your body cam?
Yes,
Okay. Does that accurately depict what happened that day?
for that small section, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Can we go to, I would ask the court just submitted the evidence.
But let's watch the whole thing.
Okay, let's watch the whole thing. It's a long video. Both videos are very long.
Oh, it is.
In fact, there are other videos that are just as long, so we'll be here for.
Well,
3
how
hours.
much is relevant? Let's play the relevant part that you want.
There are different relevant, that's okay. I'll ask you for it to be admitted later on. I just
Okay.
simply wanted to establish that that is in fact his, so that when we bring up these up during the questioning, it goes quicker.
Yeah,
Right.
and we'll just
That's
make
fine.
sure each time say, was that inaccurate? So that he knows
Okay.
nothing was, or the court is aware of anything.
We'll
that's
do
changed.
it, we'll do that, with you,
Okay.
Your Honor. I simply want to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Could you pull up Exhibit B, please? And we're actually going to go to the 2314 mark.
And what is exhibit B?
This is his second body worn camera
Okay,
video.
second.
There are a total of 2 with Sergeant Doty, I believe. While they're pulling that up, may I ask a question? Okay. Did you tell Mr. Silva and or Mr. Montez that, quote, there are no lawyers for proceedings today because it was a civil citation?
I don't remember.
Okay. We go to 2314.
I felt the love the first time, so I'm trying to get it go again.
I think it's a longer video, so it's gonna be.
It is a much longer video. We could just use my laptop if you would prefer.
You can let you use your laptop and I can let you screen share. Take control of the screen share.
Okay, when we did that previously through Zoom, there was quite a lot of lag. And so if there's a time when there's lag, then I have the same files on my hard drive that mimic there. Would you like me to use the
Yeah.
flash drive, or would you like to use it from my hard drive?
From the flash drive.
Okay. Just simply processes faster with the hard drive. It's the only reason.
I know, but if this is gonna
I
be the
get it.
evidence, I wanna make sure it's.
I get it.
So be calling a Zoom meeting for me, then I can admit you and give you the ability to screen share.
What is the meeting ID?
702-397-2840.
I'm going to turn off my audio. Do I have permission to share yet?
You should.
You have to
Turn
turn
off what I hear from this, otherwise there'll be feedback the entire time. Testing? No, it's still there. You have to mute it so that I cannot hear what happens on my screen.
I just don't know if
They did it last week.
The problem is if you're asking us to mute us.
No, mute me.
We could mute you, but then you'd still get the noise from us. You just can't turn your volume all the way down?
If I turn my volume down, then it will turn volume down for the video as well. There is a way to make it so that the people in the group in a Zoom cannot hear the proceedings while they're happening.
I know, I just don't know then, does Jav not record the sound? That's what I'm saying, if I mute our system, then I'm worried that Javs won't pick up the sound of the body cam.
We did it this way last week in Justice Court 2 in Las Vegas, and that worked well. But
They muted the court's recording system?
they made it so that my computer could not hear the proceedings. Because of that, it didn't come out in these speakers, and I was only able to share.
Are you, I don't know, I haven't seen it before. Go to options, Aaron, and see if there's a way so that they can't hear us.
I mean, if we mute Polycom, it's still gonna record on here.
It will? Okay, go ahead. Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna play the first minute, and then I'll go to the 23-minute mark. Of course, the first 30 seconds, as you know, there's no audio. I'll stop it right there. Do you recognize this as your body cam?
Yes.
Okay, now we'll go to 2314.
And Aaron, I just want to make sure we're being put on the record. You're telling me that it's.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're being recorded on auto log itself, so every sound that comes through the courtroom is heard by the speakers. I'm just double checking with Terrence how it's gonna affect Zoom and stuff. But everything we're saying right now, and everything, his computer is, especially his mic's right next to it.
Yeah, will you move the mic right next to your speaker? So everything's going through Polycom is what you're telling me. Okay.
Through auto log, yes.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, counsel.
Okay, I'm going to start it at 2313, and I'm going to play until 2353.
This is the violation itself. This is the court location, which is right here in Overton. This is you. This is the motorcycle, and all the information how to deal with it. You can do it over Zoom, over telephone. No, you don't. No. So this is just make sure you do it before September 10th, because that's when everything happens. So it's a civil infraction. So if you don't take care of it, it's not like it goes to water or anything like that. It just goes against your credit, or they send it to collection, stuff like that. But you have every right to fight it. It's pretty easy to do so. It's like the judge is the ultimate determination. You said in your statement, like, hey, I wasn't, it was on cruise control or whatever. And then I said in mine that the judge makes the determination. There's no lawyers, it's civil, like that. Okay.
Okay. Did you, well, first, does that accurately reflect what occurred that day?
Yes,
Okay. Did you tell him there's no lawyers since it's a civil infraction?
I did.
Okay,
I tried to paint
so-
a picture that it's not a normal, like, criminal trial with the jury, but I was incorrect in specifically saying there's no lawyers.
So you know that you knew at the time that there are in fact lawyers for civil infractions, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
There are.
and you understand that lawyers are there to protect our citizens from government intrusion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so why would you tell them,
Like I said
tell
before.
Mr. I didn't finish my question. Why would you tell Mr. Silva that there are no lawyers in civil infractions?
You could tell by the video, I was just kind of generally explaining that it's not a normal proceeding, because obviously this criminal to civil infraction is fairly new. And maybe people usually, when they think of courts, they think of a jury with trial or with lawyers. Obviously, there's no lawyer on the state side, so that's kind of actual, factual. Maybe I was referencing that, but I can't tell you, I don't remember. But I was just kind of generalizing, explaining the atmosphere of a civil trial.
But what you told him wasn't true, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and that might deter somebody from getting a lawyer if you tell them there are no lawyers with civil infractions.
Well, I explained the whole process, right? I said how he can take care of the citation. There's many different options on how to take care of the citation. I told him if he doesn't agree, he can go to court, right? I explained the court process.
So, Sergeant Doty, I'm asking questions, and I don't believe you're answering my questions. I believe you're offering explanation and dodging my questions, and so I'm going to ask that again, and I would ask you simply to answer my questions. Okay? Wouldn't a police officer telling somebody there are no lawyers since it's a civil infraction, could that deter somebody from getting a lawyer to fight their civil infraction?
If that's what I said and that was the only interaction, yes.
Okay.
But you're not accurately portraying what occurred up there.
Well, I'm specifically quoting what you said, correct?
Right, that one little small snippet.
Right, and so you said the words, there are no lawyers since it's a civil infraction.
Right.
Correct?
But there's no lawyer on this side for the state side, right?
Did you explain that?
No, but I was talking in generalities.
Right, so you said in generalities, there are no lawyers in civil infractions, correct?
Yeah, he's answered that.
Okay.
And he answered that he made a mistake.
Okay.
But let's move on. I understand.
Do you generally establish reasonable suspicion before you decide to make a stop or after?
Terry versus Ohio, reasonable suspicion or probable cause?
Reasonable suspicion. Okay, so we know the difference between reasonable suspicion and probable cause, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Reasonable suspicion are specific and articulate facts that
Warrant approved man to believe that crime has occurred, is about to occur, or did occur.
Right, okay. Right, probable cause is different, right? That requires more evidence, and that's a different standard, correct?
Correct.
Right, so to pull someone over, which standard is it? Probable cause or reasonable suspicion?
You can can do both.
Okay. Isn't it, well, one is lesser than the other one, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so clearly if you have probable cause, you have reasonable suspicion, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay. It's included
I get what you're
within it,
saying.
right?
Right.
So I'm talking about reasonable suspicion, right? I'm not talking about probable cause. So before you make the decision to pull someone over, do you establish a reasonable suspicion, or do you sometimes decide to pull someone over and establish a reasonable suspicion afterwards?
No, I can't just stop someone
Okay.
unless it's a consensual encounter, but that's not stopping someone.
Okay.
They're free to go.
So you're saying that you establish a reasonable suspicion before you make the decision to pull someone over, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you, when do you generally turn on your body cameras?
There might be, it's just muscle memory, you know, there's a human factor in this where like you forget, or let's say things happen so fast that you're trying to protect yourself and those, you know, priorities, and then you're like, oh, I forgot to activate my body.
Okay, so what if you were to turn on your body camera and immediately your hand goes to the shifter because your car is going to move? Would that be an indicator that you've decided you're going to pull someone over?
No. You could be ready to pull someone over, right? If that makes sense.
Okay.
Just because my hand goes to the shifter and I put it in gear doesn't mean I
Okay. On July 26, 2025, what time did Mr. Silva and Mr. Montez's alleged infraction take place?
I called it out at 16:27 hours, and I made a mistake because I put the wrong time on the citation.
So what did you put on the citations?
I put 15:48 hours as the violation date on each one.
Okay, and so you made a mistake twice?
Right.
Why did you put 1548?
It was a human error. It was 105, 110 degrees out. I was trying to rush this, getting them out there because obviously 2 individuals on motorcycles. I have the AC. You know, I do feel bad that people were out there. It was hot that day because it's obviously July 27th or 26th. As you can tell, my body camera, I was getting phone calls. There were other officers coming. So I'm trying to not hinder the stop and make things longer. So that, again, at the end of the day, it's my fault.
Okay, so you now made 2 mistakes, correct? One, telling them there's no lawyers in civil citations, and number 2, putting the time of the infraction on the civil citations, which are the complaints.
Incorrect, correct.
Oh, okay, all right. Did you take a radar reading of Mr. Silva and Mr. Montez?
Can you expound more on that? What do you mean, radar reading?
Okay, what would you call it if you use your radar gun and you get a reading on it?
Oh, okay, yeah, radar reading, yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
is this the gun?
correct,
You were subpoenaed to bring it, correct?
correct,
Is it charged?
yes,
May I?
yes, I'm turning it on.
Please. Now, it comes on with lights, correct? Backlights?
Sometimes,
Okay, but you can turn those off, correct?
yes, you can.
Okay. Were they off? Okay, so how would you take a reading?
You just hold it down,
Okay,
And
then
then-
hold down the trigger,
correct,
okay? And then,
and then eventually if someone's coming at you, you can't just
Mhm.
do it off to the side, they have to be coming at you, and then they'll give you the reading.
can we make a reading here in this courtroom?
No,
Well, we just did. It just said 1, it went that way by us.
yeah, that's not what.
Oh, wait, it just said 9, correct?
That's not how you're supposed to use it, you don't
Well,
weigh
true.
it out there.
True. But if I go up and down, it said 20, correct?
Yes, I saw 20.
Okay. And when you make one and you release it, it locks into place, correct?
Sometimes, but then it goes away. But, so you can press this lock button
Okay.
and then it'll stay.
And then that stays and moves over there.
Correct.
Okay. But there, before we did it, it stayed locked in that position, correct?
For a minute or for
Okay.
however long.
Okay. How long does it generally stay?
I don't know.
And by me just simply going like this, it registered 20, correct?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so this is a stalker 2, correct?
Correct.
And it's an SDR, correct?
Correct.
So what does the S stand for?
No idea.
Okay. Okay. let me just. Have you ever seen the manual?
Probably. It's been a while.
Okay. Here, I'll see if I can refresh your recollection really quick.
Okay.
Pulling up the manual, it says stationary directional radar, SDR. Does that refresh your recollection?
I'll have to take your word for it, because
Okay.
I don't know what SDR means.
Could you please pull up, it's not in the exhibits. Well, actually, I'll do it. I've got it. I forgot. Okay, so here, I'm going to share, I'm going to stop share here. I'm going to share. Okay. Do you recognize this?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it says stopper 2 SDR, stational directional radar, correct?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so they're meant to be reading stationary. Now I can represent to you. There's also an MDR model that's
The mobile one.
mobile.
Okay.
Okay. But this particular model is only designed for stationary, correct? Okay. Now, how dark is this reading compared to the top?
It's pretty dark.
It's pretty dark. May I show the court? Yeah. In fact, I would say it's even darker than the top, correct?
The reading,
Yes, the reading.
the lettering.
The 20, that when it wasn't stationary and I just simply moved it, it hit at 20, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, and that's why it's supposed to be
Stationary.
stationary the entire time.
Okay.
Correct? And, okay. Was your backlight turned on or off?
I'd have to refresh my memory.
Okay.
Camera, but I believe, if I remember right, it's off.
Did you, in preparation for today, watch your body cam video?
Very little.
But you did?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very hard to see the reading on my body camera.
Yes, and I'm going to pull up from the exhibits, Exhibit C. Now, Exhibit C is I'll represent to the court that these are still shots from your body cam, frame by frame. So every single frame is here, and it starts at 29 seconds and the first frame, and then it moves forward. So let me share. In fact, Exhibit C is a folder, and then it shows all the frame by frames in it, and then it also goes all the way to, I believe, 37 seconds and the 22nd frame of 37 seconds. So. And we've been sitting here for a little while. Actually, I just saw it move. I saw it. We pressed the
Probably
lock.
because it's locked.
Yeah, you press the lock. So
Yeah.
if you press the lock.
If you pull the trigger, it'll probably
Right.
go away too.
Yeah. Well, isn't it true that you pull the trigger and then it moves it to the locked position? So
No.
you hold it and then.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. But that stayed on there for quite a while, correct?
Right now, yes.
Yes. Okay. And so I'm going to move this out here. Do you notice the computer screen, how it's moving?
Yes.
Every time I click?
Yes.
Now, at the very top, you can see it says Sergeant Doty, 2025, 07, 26, 23, 26, 29, 06. Okay?
Okay.
You see that, correct?
Yes.
Now, I'll just point to this. You notice those numbers match the Zulu time and date on your body camera. Do you notice those? They say 2025, 07, 26. Do you see how it matches there?
Okay.
Do you know what Zulu time is?
No.
Okay, Zulu time is for law enforcement with body cams. so that we don't have to deal with time zones. And so there's some time zone, I believe it's 7 hours away from us currently, right? And so this is the date and it's Zulu time, because it certainly wasn't 11:26 at the time, correct?
No,
It was 4:26, correct?
yeah,
Okay, so Zulu times is 23:26, and then there are the seconds.
oh, okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, then your body camera is 30 frames per second.
Okay.
And I'll move through and you'll see that it goes to 30 frames, and then you'll see the time click
Go
over.
over, okay.
Right, so there's 30 frames per second, and each frame is 1/30th of a second.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, and so this would then be the 6th frame of the 29th second.
Okay.
And we can move forward.
Okay.
Now, at the end, sometimes you have a little less or a little more
Then
than the 30 frames, because when you press the button, it doesn't always start
In the middle, at the full
exactly
second.
at the full,
Second.
actually, full fraction of the second,
Gotcha.
right? The full 30th of the second. So sometimes you'll have 31, sometimes you'll have 29, and then if it skips at all, sometimes you'll even have like 27 or 28, something like that. That rarely happens, but it does happen sometimes, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go through these, and I just want you to recognize whether or not these still frames of your body camera are in fact your body camera.
Yes,
Okay, and then we'll even go through it till it turns over, because I'm now at the 20th frame, 21st frame, 22nd. We're going, right?
27, 28, 29.
29, then we got 30, and you'll notice over here it says 29 still, correct?
It'll switch
With
over to
30.
30. and
So if you
0.
press another one, this one has 31. There you go. And then it goes to 30 and 01. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right, so there were 30 frames there, correct? Does this accurately
There
reflect what happened on that day?
31 frames.
Yeah, 31 frames on this,
Yes.
on the 29th second.
Can I answer your question? Yes.
Okay, so this does accurately reflect, okay. And so we'll go through here. Now, at this point, do you have your backlight turned on your radar?
It's so hard to tell. It doesn't appear so, but
Right. I would think it's not on, right? Because otherwise we would see
it's a
light,
pretty poor, like, you should be able to see it.
but you can't. We can zoom in and we can't see anything,
Okay,
correct?
correct.
So your backlight is not turned on. Why is your backlight not turned on?
So if you fast forward through the video, you can hear the radar,
Well, just you
right? So
You-
indicating the radar is on, but then you're saying the radar is not on.
no, I'm saying the backlight's not.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, it doesn't appear like the backlight.
So Doty, again, okay, I'm asking a question and you seem to want to answer a question I'm not asking, right? I didn't ask you about the radar being on.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't.
Gotcha.
If you could listen to my questions and answer my questions, I'd appreciate it.
Sorry.
Okay, so the backlight is not turned on, correct?
It doesn't appear by the body worn camera if it was on, and I can't remember if it was on or off.
Okay, all right, but it's not. Okay, so then we'll just go through and here's.
May I ask real quick, sorry, what is the purpose of the backlight? Why, if it's on or off, what's the, what?
You can't see the reading, Your Honor.
Yeah, on this camera, I can't see the reading. If the backlight is on, what you're saying is it'd be clear to see.
Yes, we would be able to see the reading.
Okay.
So him choosing to have the backlight turned off made it so that you could not see the reading on the radar.
Could he see the reading?
What?
I mean, we can't see it with the backlight turned off.
Well, he claims to have seen the reading, but
So with the backlight turned off, can the officer still see the reading?
what?
Yes.
Yes, I would think so.
Okay, so he could see the reading.
Oh, allegedly, yes.
No, I get it.
Right,
All right, so.
okay. And so, if we keep on going, here's what kind of gets to be interesting, and I'm not sure if this is gonna be as exact as if I show you the laptop. There it is, we're on 3201, do you see that? See how it matches up, 3201,
Yeah.
changed to 32?
Okay.
Right, so it's it matches exactly with
Can you
the,
go back one frame?
sure, let's go back,
I didn't see it go.
okay? So
One
there's your
more.
3201, and then you go
Okay,
down,
cool. Alright,
right?
Yep.
And then it says 3130, correct?
correct.
Right. Just trying to get this back over there. Okay. And then you're shifting with your right hand, correct?
Yep.
as we go through. And you grab the radar gun here. With your right hand, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the part where, Your Honor, I'm gonna need to just simply use the laptop if I could.
Okay, well, did it show numbers there when he was pulling it down?
That's what I'm saying. When you get it through Zoom, it's compressed, and that's why I wanna show you the actual
Can you
photo.
just go back real quick? Yeah, can you go back?
Okay.
Right there, right? It's
Right. Do you see a reading here?
I can't see anything.
Right, there's no reading, correct?
I can't see any reading.
Okay, but there's this spot that says target, lock fast, and patrol, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Target, lock fast, and patrol. On the gun, correct?
kind of, I can't see.
See, right, so
I can't see.
you see the black to where it says black, that's target, lock fast, and control, correct?
Okay, I can't read it, but yes.
Right. And when we had here, I mean, we did that reading, me going like that, and it was 20 just for me just like moving it, right? And then I was able to show you, I was able to show the court, I was able to be, that was a good little while that the reading stayed in place, correct? Okay,
Well, yeah.
but here, there's no reading, and you can see fragments from the target, lock fast, and patrol, correct?
Yeah. Maybe.
So why is it showing the target, lock fast, and patrol? And I'll actually, let me do this.
And I can't see any of that.
Well, let me show you from here.
Okay, I can't see.
I have a tuning fork in my office.
Look.
Might be easier
Okay. So let me show you here. In fact, I'll bring it up with the not share because, well, here it is.
Can I ask? Okay.
Please,
Okay.
when you look at this, in fact, we can even zoom in.
Right.
Right, you see the black parts from the target, lock fast, and control, correct?
Right.
But you do not see a reading, do you?
Not in that. No.
But when we looked at the gun was actually darker than the target, lock fast, and control, and patrol, correct?
When we looked at the gun.
When I showed you the gun earlier,
Correct.
the reading on there, even with no backlight,
Oh, right.
was darker and more prominent.
Was dark.
Yeah, but it was more prominent than the target, lock fast, and patrol, correct?
I think so.
Okay, well, that's what you testified of earlier. Your Honor, right here, he just testified that he can see the black, where there's the target, the lock fast, and the patrol.
I got it right here.
I know, but this is
A better.
that compresses it.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a tuning fork that might be easier to pull up.
Well, the tuning fork wouldn't make a difference. That just calibrates it, correct?
Right. You confirm the
Right.
calibration.
Right. This is whether or
but it
not
might-
there was even a reading at all.
It may help to understand the reason why there was no reading on that.
But we did a reading, and we did a reading, and it
Right.
locks in place, correct?
You did.
Well, it said lock on it. When you had it.
No, it was before locked. It was before the lock that we did that.
Right. But
He
that might
pressed the lock,
have.
and
That
we
might
showed
have.
When you showed it to me, it said lock. I don't know
Okay.
if it was locked, I don't know.
Okay.
It just said lock on it when he
Well,
showed it to me.
I can go grab the tuning
Let's go to
fork.
the manual. The tuning fork wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Just
you
to
start
get a
the
reading on it.
Because,
But there's also an audio clue when you do the reading too.
oh, that's only that the gun was on. All right, so,
Can't you hear the audio clue?
well, you look,
Okay,
officer,
sorry.
I'm asking questions here, and you
Sorry.
keep on trying to go all over the place.
Well,
So,
hold on, no, he's not. The question is a good question. I mean.
so he gets to ask questions during my questioning?
No, I did.
Oh, yeah, but you didn't ask the question. He's asking the
I
question.
got it, and
Right.
I like the question. If we listen to the audio, because that will solve it. If we listen to the audio, will we hear the gun go off? I'm just asking.
We will hear an audio that there is transmitting of some sort. What we don't hear is whether or not there was an actual reading. Readings either come or they don't.
Does it make a noise when it reads, when someone's speaking?
Mhm.
Okay, do we hear that noise?
we hear a noise, but there is no reading on that gun. There is no reading there. The reading is not there, even though when we use this exact gun, the reading was more prevalent than the target, fast lock, and patrol. And if we simply look at the manual, page 6 of the manual, page 6 of the manual, trigger. I'll read it and you tell me if I'm reading it correctly.
I can't read it from here.
Here, let me zoom in and see if that helps. Does that help?
Can you do a little bit more?
Sure.
Just one more. Okay, that's it.
The trigger is pulled to continuously transmit. A display target speed is frozen in the strong window. There's a typo, but I believe it means strong because it says strong everywhere else. When the trigger is released. So, when you make a reading and you release the trigger, that freezes the reading in the target window, correct?
According to the manual, yes.
Okay, and that's what happened when we did it here, correct?
Unless you maybe pull the trigger again.
Okay, well, before I pulled the trigger again, right? I pulled the trigger and it locked to 20, and I was able to get a 20 reading by simply going down like this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I was able to get a reading and it locked it in place enough time for me to even bring it to the court, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was in that window.
That's what I want to know, because it said locked on the
Okay. Your Honor, I did it without the lock. He then pressed the lock to show, without me even telling him to, he decided to do it. He then pressed the lock.
No, I understand, listen, I'm just trying to figure out, if you do it and you don't hit lock, how long
I
is
believe
this?
Okay. Okay. 2 and 4 only calibrates. We're not asking for.
No, but I think what
It'll
he's
get a-
doing is
it'll
you
get a
continue
reading.
for, to pull, make it register a speed.
Yeah.
So we
Yes.
get right to the point on how.
Well, I just registered a speed, Your Honor. So let me.
I know, but if we do a tuning fork,
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. It had put 9 on it, right?
Right.
Okay. So even though it was 9, it still gave the noise, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the noise isn't an indicator of it going too fast. The noise is an indicator that it's actually transmitting, correct?
The noise indicator fluctuates based off the speed.
Okay, but the fact that it's making noise does not particularly mean that anybody's speeding, correct? I went up and down and got a 9, correct?
Right.
Okay. And that 9 is still there, and there's no lock. He didn't press the lock position. Just like the manual says,
Right.
when you
But
get
then-
a reading and you let go of the trigger, this freezes in place, correct?
Correct.
Until you do another one, correct?
So you pull the trigger again.
And if you press lock, then this one goes over to the side, correct?
Yes.
But we don't have lock on, correct?
No.
Okay, and it's still there, correct?
yeah, of course.
Right, so after just a few seconds, we can zoom it, but it's, yeah, it takes a second to go. After a few seconds, and of course I showed it to Your Honor, you can still see the target, lock, fast, and patrol right here, even though it's fragmented because it's not a great image, but it's better on the laptop. I showed Your Honor. But there is 0 reading there, is there?
No. Well, I can't see one on the body camera first.
Okay, so if you would have, and you'll even can see right here that this is a more prominent 9 than the lock, than the top.
They're bigger numbers.
They're big numbers and they're darker, correct?
They're about the same.
Okay. So if you could see the top ones with the smaller numbers, you should be able to see the bigger one, correct?
Correct.
Right. Doesn't that indicate, Sergeant Doty, that you did not, in fact, make a reading on the radar gun with Mr. Silva and Mr. Montes?
Can you rephrase that? I'm sorry.
Does that not indicate that you failed to, you did not
No.
get a reading when you alleged to have gotten a radar reading on Mr. Silva and Mr.
When I was
Montes?
up on the steering wheel, my radar read 64, and maybe when I transitioned to my other hand, I pulled the trigger again, and then the display went off. You can hear the audible sounds of the radar picking up speed, so therefore you should have seen a speed number based
Yeah,
off the audio alone.
Well, let's look at the position of your right hand.
Well, you have one frame
Well,
frozen.
Well, I do. I have this frame frozen.
Maybe if we watch the full body camera, you
You-
can see the transition.
We can do that.
Okay.
I would like to control this question if I could, sorry, okay? Because you keep on trying to do things, and I'm asking questions.
Stop, sorry.
He keeps doing it, Your Honor.
No,
That is not proper for a witness.
Hold on, I do trials all the time. I did one on Friday, so I understand more than most people. Let's just go ahead, ask the question, and then he'll answer.
Okay. This is the position of your right hand here, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and this is the position here. You can see
Yep,
here and here, so you can see that you're,
and you can see the port. right?
yeah, and you can see the port.
But maybe my
So-
left hand pulled the trigger again too. There's that possibility. There's more to this, sorry.
But your right hand did it, correct? If your right hand is here, you're not pulling the
I
trigger
don't-
accidentally.
I don't
correct?
remember, and based off that picture, it doesn't look so.
Because I do want the whole video play, I mean.
I will.
This
Let's do it.
sound, this bit of it.
Oh, we
Because
can.
I saw his right hand go up, I just need to see it.
Yes, let's do that, but let's.
And I appreciate this, now I know what I'm looking for,
Okay.
I appreciate your questioning, I wanna watch it, hear it.
No, let's go to the exhibits. Now, I've got it queued, now let me share it.
Alright, so officer, that noise we hear, what is that?
That's the pitch of the radar picking up a vehicle, and the pitch will go up the faster the vehicle is going, and then it'll go down in tone if it's going slower. So
Okay, the pitch that we just heard, what, if you had your eyes closed, what would that indicate to you?
I'm gonna object to that. There's no way he can identify by pitch.
I can ask, I'm the judge. So,
It's a-
and if you can't, as counsel said, then I don't want you guessing, but this is your radar gun, can you determine what that pitch is telling you?
We hear, so normally in a truck, we have mounted vehicle radars in there, and we have them on with the audio, so we constantly hear that toning of a sound with the radar, with the pitch going up and going down. So it's a very familiar, as you can tell just from that half a second video, it's a screeching sound for a reason to get our attention and stuff like that. So it's a very common sound we hear associated with radars.
Okay, based on the sound, what did that tell you? If you hadn't been able to see the gun, and I can't, just the sound itself.
Going highway speeds, just a general, you know what I mean? Like, I can't base the speed off the sound alone. It'll give me like a, you know, I can be like, oh, that's a fast car based off the high sound, or if that's a slow moving car, if it's slower, if that makes sense.
To get your attention to look at the radar gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have perfect pitch? Do you know what that
Singing?
means? Look, do you know what perfect pitch is?
Right, I think it's something to do with musicians and they're able to get exactly the correct frequency with something based on.
But right, it's actually 1 out of 10,000 people on this earth have what is called perfect pitch, which means that the human being and the human ear can identify a pitch, right? And could be able to identify the frequency. Now, 9,999 of us can only have relative pitch, and sometimes it's better, and sometimes it's worse. I have a master's degree in elementary music education where I did my thesis on subjects just like this, right? So I'm wondering, and the difference between relative pitch is that you can only hear a pitch and then go from that pitch somewhere, but you cannot recognize exactly where it is on any frequency, right?
Okay.
So I'm wondering, are you one of 10,000 that has perfect pitch, or are you one of the 9,999 that has relative pitch capabilities?
I would say the relative.
Okay, and so you would not be able to determine the speed based on any of those pitches,
It
correct?
gives you an indicator. I can show you the radar, or we can pull up videos with Stalker to show that a vehicle moving faster will have a higher pitch, vehicle moving maybe 30 miles per hour, lower pitch.
Right, that's relative pitch. You can tell high and low, correct? And so if you can tell, oh, maybe that's a little high, maybe highway speeds, maybe 45, maybe wherever that is, correct? It's higher than 9, correct? I mean, when we did this, we heard the pitch at 9, correct?
Right,
And that was lower than what we just heard.
right,
So can we all agree that we're going 9 miles per hour? That was higher than the 9?
yes.
Okay, great. So you also made, first of all, did you take a picture of any radar readings?
Of that gun when I.
Yeah, well, for Mr. Silva and Mr. Montes, did you take a picture of any radar readings?
No, because I
Okay.
didn't lock it.
Is that common to take pictures?
I don't.
Oh, so you've never done it?
No,
But is it common among LAMPD to take a picture?
they can.
Right.
Usually.
I've seen lots of traffic tickets, and I've
Right.
seen
Usually-
pictures of the radar.
Right, usually our vehicle mounted radars are lit up with different colors and you can clearly see that with body camera. So usually, this is a spare truck and it didn't have moving radar, so obviously I had to resort to handheld.
Right, and then you did not
Press the lock
decide to have the backlight on, correct?
For some reason, it wasn't on, I guess.
Okay.
Per the
So no
body camera.
backlight, no picture. Okay. So would you agree that you have zero supporting evidence, talking about supporting evidence, to support your claim that you saw a radar reading of 64, correct?
I would say that I know that you put in there that the radar was off, but there was obviously working. We heard the
No,
screech.
I never said it was off. I
Okay.
said that there was no reading.
Oh, okay, but if there's no reading, it shouldn't be making that noise. So there's at least noise coming out of the radar, and I'm testifying that I saw 64 on the radar.
Okay. But it's only your testimony that we would have to rely on, correct?
Of it saying 64, yes.
Okay. And what if that reading, what if the radar gun was not stable for that reading?
What do you mean?
Okay, let me go back to, now, I want to show it on here, just so you see relatively what happens here and how fast it happens. We're going to go to 17, okay?
15.
Oh, okay, just a second.
Okay.
Do you see the 17 up there?
Oh, right, yes. I thought you meant the.
I'm not
timestamp.
dealing with the time,
Gotcha.
I'm dealing with the actual timestamp,
Gotcha.
not the video timestamp,
Gotcha.
okay? So at 26 minutes and 17 seconds, where is your radar gun pointed?
It's pointing southbound on State Road 165.
Is it pointed up towards the sky?
No.
Is it,
Because I remember this, there's no reason for me to point towards the sky. I'm not going to get a reading if it's pointed towards the sky.
but you can clearly see the direction
Right, my
is not
eyes,
towards the road, it's
my
towards the
eyes are
sky.
higher than my body camera, so this perspective might seem like it's higher, but according to my eyes, where I have to see the reading.
Yeah, but we can clearly see that the gun is going upward as compared to the road, correct?
It's very hard because you're talking about a curved road that goes up, right? It hits a peak, an apex,
Okay.
and the perspective of the body camera is lower than my eyes, which I'm not using my body camera to read.
Let's even go
Radar.
a little bit back. We're gonna go to 10 seconds and press play. And I want you to tell me if a car passes from behind you moving forward.
Yes, I remember this car from my body camera.
Okay. That car passed you, correct?
Correct.
Right, and I just stopped it at 24 seconds on the actual timestamp, correct?
Yes,
Did you even attempt to get a reading on that car?
I don't remember.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to press play, right? It's at the 24 seconds on top, 26 minutes and 24 seconds. We're using the Zulu timestamp.
Okay.
And I'm gonna press play. Oh, there you go. I stopped it at 31, right?
Right.
What happened at 31?
I moved my radar off my steering wheel, fraction of an inch.
Well, now paused at 31, it's pointed towards the point where people would crest, correct?
Oh, in reference to the one you were talking about before.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
So you adjusted your radar gun and you pointed it down.
But also the perspective, the body camera's off. You no longer see my face in frame.
Okay, but you clearly see your hand go from this position to where it's upwards to where, oh, I see somebody, and it goes down, correct?
Minutely.
Okay. All right, and then we see your right hand here, right? And let me just play it, and then you'll see. I'm calling your attention to something. At some point, you bring this right hand and it disappears. The body cam turns on. You'll see it's 28-second timestamp of the video, right? Body cam turns on, and then you reach that same right hand up to the shifter. Okay? Okay, so if you'll pay attention to that as well. And then we'll go to the frame by frame so we can get correct timing.
How many people do you believe?
There we go. Did you see your right hand move, turn on your body cam, the audio come on, and then reach for the shifter?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then did you grab your gun with your right hand?
With my right hand, yes.
Okay.
I believe so. We've established that.
Okay, but I'm setting it up to establish timing, right? And so let's now go. I'll stop share this and I'll go to the frame by frame.
And counsel, what are you trying to prove going to the frame by frame?
How much time it took him to do it and when he possibly could have gotten a radar reading since we can't see it.
So the frame by frame is going to be what? His hand going up to grab the gun?
It's what's going to show his hand moving to turn on his body cam.
Okay.
It's going to show it coming this way. It's also going to show his left hand. Oh, I did the wrong one. It's going to show his left hand of the radar gun, and it's going to show his left hand up like this. Then it's going to show him going down.
Okay.
Right? And so there's a question here of when this alleged reading was actually taken. We can't see it. We can only take your word for it, right? And I showed earlier that if you simply go like this, it can create even a false reading. I did a 20, I did a 9, right? Just simply mimicking what he was doing.
Well, no, you don't need responsibility. I watched what happened. I'm watching the same thing that we're all watching.
This is okay. Now I'm going to actually go back Okay, so your gun is faced towards the sky, correct? Compared to when you move it. And we're at 29 seconds in the 16th frame, correct?
second. Yep, 16th frame.
Right.
Correct.
And your radar gun is towards the sky compared to where you move it after this, correct? At least it's up, correct?
It's higher.
It's higher, it's pointed higher.
It's pointed higher.
There you go, pointed higher. And if we go forward, you point it down, correct? But you lift it off the steering wheel, correct? And then you, go even higher, lifting it off the steering wheel, correct?
Correct.
And then if we go here, you then move it downward. And again, each one of these is a 30th of a second. You then place it on your steering wheel, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we were at 29:16. What, at the time you placed it on your steering wheel, you're at 30 seconds and 15, correct?
Okay.
So that's
A second.
a second. So you took 1 second to where, in that second, you went like this, correct?
I did not do that exactly.
It moved from up and then to down, correct?
Minutely, yes.
If you took the reading in that 1 second, would it be a corrupted reading or would it be an accurate reading?
You gotta understand with the radar, it's not a pinpoint, right? Because we pick up other cars when we do the radar.
Were there
So-
other cars here?
No.
And you're not answering my question.
I know, but you're trying to box me into a specific, this is how it works, and it doesn't work that way. The radar is like a cone, right? It's not a precision weapon. LiDAR is, but this radar is not a precision weapon, or it's not a precision instrument. So it can pick up readings from a cone, a larger area.
Okay, but if you're moving it, it says specifically supposed to be stationary, correct?
Right.
If you pulled the trigger like I did here, and I went like, that was about a second, right? Right? So if you did that, and you took your reading while you were, before it was stationary, before it was set, would that be, and this is an if here.
Right.
If the radar was taken at that time, would that be a corrupted reading or would it be an accurate reading?
I rarely had corrupted readings where you have to move that radar pretty egregiously to get a corrupted reading.
So going up to down in 1 second like that, would it be an accurate reading? If you took the reading at that time, would it be an accurate reading?
I feel like it would be an accurate reading based off the minute movements of that radar.
Okay,
You gotta understand, that radar is handheld for a reason. It's not attached to my vehicle, so there are gonna be minute movements when I operate that radar.
were you trained in operating this radar?
Yes,
Did they tell you to keep it still?
yes.
Okay, did you keep it still in that 1 second?
I kept it as still as I could. I felt pretty comfortable with it.
Okay, but you were up and
But
then you came down in a 1 second period of time, correct?
It moved up and it moved down.
Okay, and you were here testifying that even if it's not still, even if during a 1 second it goes up and then down, very similar to what I showed to the court where I got a 20 and a 9,
Well, no.
That would be an accurate
No,
reading.
no, stop. What you did in the courtroom was not similar to what I just observed, not even close. Like, not even on the same page. You were literally using, just shaking. It went above the steering wheel probably this much. So, no, counsel, I saw what you did. I'm literally watching you go like this with the thing. That went up about, I don't know, half inch? Maybe an inch. And what I want to just get to the point is he reading now or was he reading when he did
That's
that?
the problem, Your Honor.
Well, when did the sound come out?
Just a second. Just a second. The problem is.
When did the sound? Let's just play it again. We'll watch it live.
Well, just 1 second, okay? That's the problem. We have no backlight on because he chose not to have the backlight on. We have no picture of it because it's not there. Something happened to where there is no reading showing when he brings it down. We have no other evidence. And so the question is, and he can't answer, nobody can answer this. When did his alleged reading, if he had it, when did it take place?
Got it, so let's play it again.
Could it take place in that
Let's
second
play
or
it
not?
again. Let's play it again with the sound.
Okay.
Let me watch and listen. And thank you, Council, once again, you've got me to the point now where I understand exactly what I'm looking for, so I appreciate your question, but let's just watch it.
Oh, I have to share it. Just a second.
That's okay.
Oh, it is. I'm clicking on the Zoom, and it is not pulling up the screen, Your Honor.
We're still on Zoom, right?
No, it's there, but usually I click on, if the March wants to come over here and see. Usually when I click on this Zoom, I can then click here. It brings it up, and then I'm able to share or not share. It is not doing that. Even if I bring back, right, those are the videos, but then I click on the Zoom, and it's not bringing it up. It's not allowing me to pull up the screen to share.
Is that on Exhibit A or Exhibit B?
It should be Exhibit A.
Let's
Your Honor, can I show you something so that you have something to look for specifically?
Sure, but I'm gonna watch the.
Right, no, but the audio comes on when he touches
Okay,
his body cam.
okay,
We've showed that his right hand goes from a resting position on his lap, and you see it disappear. You then hear the audio come on, and immediately you see his right hand go to a shifter, right? So that the timing of any sound, anything that goes on, would be when he reaches up.
got it,
That is the timing of when that sound happens.
got it.
Right. And I wish, here, I'm going to exit my Zoom, and
We can play Exhibit A with the flash drive.
just a second, workplace goes, the flash drive is what I'm using, Your Honor. Here, let me just exit out really quick and come back in so that I can have that screen. May I do that?
Yeah, or you can just give us the flash drive and we'll play it right here.
Yeah, we tried that, and it didn't.
No, it played A,
It didn't play the other one.
it wouldn't play B,
Longer one.
It wouldn't play the longer one.
which was B, right? So we can play
Okay, well, let me join the meeting anyway. 702
397
397
2840.
2840. You might have to do that thing again. There we go, I've got the screen now. You just have to mute me
A.
again.
Yes.
We're muted. It's muted, so.
I'm gonna go to the 29 second on top. Okay, 28.
Or let's play it. I
I'll
like
just play it from the very beginning?
Yeah, I might be, my eyes get kind of used to,
All right. Let's
I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I just want to
Play.
see. Thank you.
Okay. If Your Honor will look at when it comes down and when his body cam turns on, and you hear that sound, play this, do I have to play the entire 30 seconds again, or can I play from this?
You play it.
Okay. I'll play that again. Now, officer, let's make this very clear. I'm not alleging today that you are intentionally falsifying anything. I'm saying you're human. I'm saying that even in the audio there, they're talking about how many people are still at the house. They're talking about the Mongols Motorcycle Club. I'm saying that you were instructed that, hey, if you find a reason, pull them over and let's get some intelligence. And I'm saying that
That's incorrect. I wrote other speeding tickets that day, and I pulled over other people that day.
Okay.
Along 169 specifically.
Okay, so if after this, you then get on the radio and say I've got those motorcycles, right?
Correct.
Specifically say those motorcycles. What would you be referring to when you say those motorcycles?
These two.
Okay, were you waiting for them? Okay, why is it that you're...
Oh, I'm sorry, no. I shook my head no, I'm sorry. When you're like, were you waiting for them, I shook my head.
Why is it that you had, when the car passed behind you, you kept your radar gun still and it was clearly higher, it was higher pitched, meaning the pitch of the physical pitch, not the tone pitch, when the car passed you, but as soon as you saw the motorcycles coming up, you quickly adjusted it to try to really lock on those bikes. Why didn't you do that for the car?
Why didn't I do that for the car?
Yes.
Because you have to get visual estimation before you pull them over. So it's hard to get visual estimation when I'm focusing this up ahead and then this car comes up right beside me, right?
So...
And again, that's not the only speeding ticket I wrote that day.
Okay, and you're still going off of
Sorry,
your questions.
I apologize.
That's okay, take your time.
All right. So, Your Honor, going back to this, we can find a cue from this video, and then we can compare it to the frame. We can know exactly how long it took for him, or how long it was with this audio. Any cue. Now, one cue that we can have is when this gun goes up and down. That's one cue, right? We can look and we see the timestamp. We see the frames. We can identify exactly how long it took. We can also have his right hand moving forward, right? And where that audio was when that happened. And of course, the audio is going to happen as soon as he presses that button. So that right hand moving forward to shift, that's certainly going to be an indicator. But if we look at how quickly this happened, and again, I'm going back to this. I'm not saying that you're out there purposely falsifying information. I'm saying you're human. I'm saying that you did things quickly. I'm saying that maybe, just maybe, if there was a radar reading, that maybe you did it too fast. Maybe you did it too fast, and then you decided you were going to get him, right? You decided you're going to pull him over, and it wasn't accurate. And in a minute, we'll talk about your visuals, but right now we're talking about the radar, right? Because my clients firmly believe that they were not speeding, and they were, in fact, on cruise control.
Counsel, you gave a long statement here. If you're starting to question the witness,
Let's do it.
I mean, you've instructed him not to ramble on and to answer questions, and yet right here, you just.
Your Honor, the reason I do that is because he keeps being very defensive. Instead of answering my questions, he's defensive and he's going on. So I'm trying to set him at ease that I'm not trying to attack him. I'm trying to show that maybe he's a human being.
I know,
Right.
and that's why
Okay.
I gave you some.
And I will stop.
Then you never asked a question after doing that.
Okay.
You started to say, this is what I'm gonna show, and so.
Okay.
I give you some leeway, and I understand what you're trying to do, but if you're gonna ask him questions, and if you're gonna tell him to answer your question directly, then you ask him a question directly.
Okay. Well, I want to pinpoint the timing.
Okay.
And so we're going to look at this and we're going to look for these cues. And it's at 28 seconds at the top, right? 26, 28. And I'm just going to play it till probably 31. Okay. So as it hits 31, we hear the sound, and we see the gun firmly there, and we see his hand reach forward, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so now let's go back. Here. Okay, let's go to, do you see it's still not on the steering wheel, it's still going down, correct?
Yep. it's
So
not
it
on
goes
there.
down. Okay, is this the point right there to where it kind of stops moving and it's a little more stable?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, so that's at 23, 26, 30, and
15.
15, frame 15. Okay, so we'll just move forward and see when you turn on the body cam. And that, when you turn on the body cam, that's when we hear the audio, correct? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Look at the right hand. Oh, do you see your right hand move?
I wasn't paying attention to it.
Okay,
sorry.
let's go back. Right, do you see your right hand below there?
Yes.
Okay, now let's see when it moves. Oh, did your right hand move?
It did.
So you're now going towards the body cam, correct?
Yes.
But you haven't touched it yet, correct?
Correct.
All right. Oh, there's your right hand moving forward after touching your body cam, correct?
I don't know.
Oh, I'll put it forward and we can go back.
That's a pretty quick. We're talking about.
Look, let's see your hand.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yes.
Do you see?
Yes.
All right. So let's go backwards and see when your hand comes back in the frame, because that means that it has been, see, it's out of the frame, correct?
Correct.
You're touching the body cam,
No.
or you have touched, or,
No, my body comes up here.
okay.
Not down here.
And where's your,
I have it set up like this.
so you set it like this. So you go with your right and you turn on your body cam, correct?
Yeah.
And then you reach.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna push forward and you'll see that you now reach directly for the steering wheel. Oh, that is when you do it.
Yes.
You're right there.
Yes.
Got it, right there. So that is when you touch your body cam. Oh, thank you for correcting me, right?
Pretty sure that's where
Right, this is where you touch it,
I.
right?
Okay.
Okay? And then if we go forward, you then move it forward, correct?
Yes.
So sometime when it's out here, let's look at the possibilities here.
You
Okay.
wrote down the times, right?
Okay, here we go. It is still in the frame, it is now out of the frame. So it's out of the frame at 31:25. I'm gonna go backwards and see other
So,
possibilities.
counsel, what are you trying to prove with the hand frame?
We're doing the timing.
No, I got it. You can see exactly when he puts it on and
Right.
puts it up.
So-
Okay, but at the end of the day, what are you trying to show with that?
I'm trying to show that that happened at a certain period of time. That's when the audit cue was, and it was within a fraction of a second of him stabilizing the gun.
Yeah, but I watched it the whole time it's stable as he's reaching up, as he goes and hits. I sat there and watched that.
I got
For that
it.
reason.
I got
That gun did not move.
Your Honor, I'm trying to show this. I'm trying to show this. Just please
Okay, yeah.
let me show, okay?
Okay.
So the possibilities of when, you heard the audio cue, we're looking for when the hand comes back into, there it is. So we're gonna go back, and when the hand is again, the right hand is then not visible. All right, it is not visible, well, actually, it was not visible in the frame before. It is also not visible at 31:15, correct? The 15th frame of the 31st second.
Yeah, it's hard to see with that bar up. I don't know if the video extends that bar or not.
Okay. So, this is the time, because we saw that the audio came in when that was on 31, correct? Did you see that? I can show it to you again. The audio comes in when the top timing is at 31 seconds, 26 minutes and 31 seconds. We're just trying to pinpoint when that happened. So, and if I could just write this down, maybe this will help.
Okay, so right now it's at 31.
Right, well, it's at 31 seconds, but if you look at the top, it's 31 and the 15th frame. Now, also, there's 31 and the 25th frame. So somewhere in between here, he turns on the body cam and the audio comes on. And that's when you hear the reading. And
Back up, because it was what? Back up. Go to 3115.
we are at 3115.
Okay, no, because you can see when he turned on his audio.
No, Your Honor. You see it where the hand comes to it and it goes outside. In fact, he even testified to that. The hand goes up again and then it comes out.
Well, it was twice. You had it, so go back,
Okay.
because you had it wrong the first time, and then we
And
saw
then he
it
corrected
again. And he corrected.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and so
that's
now-
what I just want to make sure.
All right,
This
so-
right here is the correct.
Right, so first of all, let's go to the first time we see it. We see it in the lap there, correct?
Right.
Okay, now we move forward, and it's not to do his body cam, it's just him moving his hand. And then it comes back into the frame, right there. Now, he hasn't turned on his body cam yet, he's doing it. And at 31:15.
Officer, is that when you turned on your body cam to the best of your recollection?
That's the
Okay,
question.
all right, that's
So
what-
sometime between 31:15 and 31:25 is when you turned on your body cam and the audio came on, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And after this happened, you did not hear an audio cue, correct?
After I turned my body camera on?
Yeah, well, when the body cam turns on, at this point, we know it's on the 31 second, but at this point, at the 31, we didn't hear another audio cue, correct? We only heard it.
After I activated my body camera?
Correct.
Correct.
So you would have had to get the radar before 31:15 or 31:25, correct?
Yes,
Okay, all right, now we're getting somewhere.
I believe so.
So the noise, officer, Sergeant, sorry, was it ringing before you turned on your audio?
Yes.
It was, all right, okay, so there we go.
Okay, so 30:15 is when we see that you finally got that gun stable, correct?
Well, back it up,
Well,
back it up.
I will, because that's what we wrote down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, back it up.
30:15.
Let's watch the guy. Go backwards, I'll tell you.
Okay,
Keep going,
now see,
keep going.
it's moving.
No, just play, just let it back, I'll tell you what.
I'm not playing,
All right,
I forward.
keep going backwards.
Going here.
Okay,
Is that it? Is it stable there?
I thought it was stable before, go back.
Okay, well, I saw movement all the way up to the 30:15, and that's what, I specifically asked the question of Sergeant Doty, and that's when he identified it before too.
So
So,
it's stable, I mean, moving,
okay,
yeah. So it's, I mean, there, it's on the wheel.
there it is. So right there, it's on the wheel, right there, it's stable, correct?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so we're at 30:16. So at 30:16 is when you finally get it stable. Now, the judge just asked you a question, and you said that the reading happened before the audio. So sometime before 31:15 to 31:25. Sometime before this is when the reading happened. How much before that time did the reading happen?
I'd have to review my body camera to see.
Well, what would the body cam tell you? It doesn't show
It would
the
give me
audio
a
to.
time- It would give me an indicator of when I'm trying to get the radar, right? Like when I'm pulling the trigger and pointing it that direction, focusing on it,
Okay.
right? Does that make sense?
Okay, but to be clear, you testified that you took the reading before the audio came on, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so we know it's before the audio came on, and we know that 30:16 is when it became stable, correct?
It was stable on the steering wheel at 30:16.
Yeah, okay. So we have 30:16 to 31:50. That's 29 frames. So that is just less than 1 second, correct?
Yep,
So,
correct to your math, yes. That's my testimony.
and correct to what we're showing, correct?
Right,
So you're saying that sometime within less than a second, here, you were able, if you did it when it was stable, you would have had to get the reading exactly in this less than 1 second window.
Well, let me ask this, because he's using the word stable. We just watch how much it moved. Once you put it in the direction, right? You do the initial kind of, and then it's in that direction. Do you believe that gun, that little movement, that I don't even want to categorize, that movement from above the wheel down, if you would have triggered it during that movement, would have that affected the readings, the speed on the reading?
I've never had any issues with like hovering above the steering wheel. Obviously, you can't hold something perfectly still, right? Like,
So that movement the movement that we witnessed, do you believe that would have affected the reading?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Okay, how could you possibly know if your reading is a little off? If the only indicator you have is your gun, and it has to be stable, and you move it a little bit, how could you possibly know, because you have nothing to compare it to, that is, even if a little bit, corrupted or not?
I mean, these things get calibrated biannually, right? I've got the calibration
Well,
sheet.
that's not what I'm talking about. It's calibrated, I've seen it, right?
And even when you do the tuning fork and when they calibrate it, they're holding it.
Okay, but the tuning fork is different, because the tuning fork is an audible. It's not a visual. The tuning fork mimics frequencies, audio frequencies. In fact, with the tuning fork, you can move it all around all you want, because the sound is the same.
Right.
So the tuning fork is irrelevant. How could you possibly know if, unless you had a stable gun on the exact same target, and you were moving a little bit, or how much you were moving, how could you possibly know that it couldn't corrupt or make some kind of a deviation of the reading?
Through my experience, maybe?
But what experience do you have where you have a calibrated stable
Right.
on the exact same point,
Right.
and you not quite stable on this
Right.
point? When has that ever happened to where you could have that experience?
We run radar together because obviously we do a lot of stuff ourselves out here, right? We don't have traffic officers that come out and do that, so we do it. All our officers have, we have vehicle mounted radars in all our trucks. So oftentimes we'll use them in conjunction sometimes. So
Have you ever, had one of those stable ones,
right,
and
vehicle
you've been
mounted.
right next to them so you can see what happens, and you hold it out to where there's even, you're trying to hold it, right?
Mhm.
And then you see the exact same thing. Have you ever done that and compared the readings?
It sounds like something we would do, but I can't remember specifically
Okay,
something like that.
So you have no idea how much it would deviate if the gun is not stable, correct?
So I've used a handheld radar before, right? And when I'm holding it out there getting a reading, the reading doesn't jump around. So if I'm hidden, let's say, and I'm running radar and someone's coming at me and they don't know I'm there. Usually when people know I'm there, they'll slow down, right? And then I'll get different readings. But using a handheld, if I'm hidden and they don't know I'm there, it doesn't jump around if they're at a constant speed. It doesn't go 76 to 52 to 38. Does that make sense?
But here you had it pointed higher and then down. You did down in less than a second,
Right.
correct?
I've used handheld before. And I don't get any variations on speed.
So can you definitively say that the reading was taken in this less than a second here compared to before the movement stopped on the gun? Can you definitively say exactly when the radar was taken?
I cannot definitively say at what point.
So it is possible, we're saying possible, it is possible that you were simply in a hurry and you took the reading while it was still moving, even if ever so slightly.
Correct.
Thank you. Did you write on the citations that they were riding abreast?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Together.
Meaning side by side?
Correct.
Okay, and what's the difference between that and staggered? Are you familiar with the term staggered?
Like this.
Okay, to where they were not abreast,
Right.
they were off, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you say that they were riding abreast?
Because it appeared that they were riding abreast. I know from our traffic units, that's when they travel in pairs, that's how they ride is abreast, so it's very common. We have a lot of motorcyclists and enthusiasts that ride through our valley because we have the Valley of Fire. It's a very scenic road. So when they ride through, they ride abreast as well. So it's a pretty common scene.
So you assumed they were riding abreast because of what you've seen before?
No.
You're saying you saw it?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to 30 seconds and 19 and we'll zoom in. Now, this would have been actually while you were turning on your body cam. Now, I'm zooming in quite a lot. Now, I'm going to show you this. You see these little white things sticking up? There's little white things sticking up and a white thing sticking up here.
Yeah.
And then you see this one sticking up right here, right?
Yes.
So in between this headlight and this headlight, there's a white thing with a whole bunch of space in between, correct?
There is space between them, yes.
Okay. Would you like to correct your statement of whether or not you saw them riding abreast?
It appeared that they were riding abreast.
When they passed you, were they riding abreast?
I believe so.
Okay, well, let's look at that. I'm just going to keep going. This is a point actually when you go just start driving a little bit, you see your little steering wheel to where you just move up to a position to where you can move forward to a position where you can do a U-turn. Keep going until they're passing your window. Okay, here we go. We've got one motorcycle passing, correct?
Right.
Okay, then we got a whole bunch of space. And then another one passing, correct?
Correct.
Were they riding abreast or were they riding staggered?
Not at that moment, no.
Okay, so at that moment they're riding staggered. And then previously at the 2019, there was a motorcycle headlight. There was one of the white, what do you call those indicators?
I don't know, like road
The white road markers. We'll call it a white road marker,
Okay.
okay? You have one of those, and you got space in between, and then you've got another space, and then you've got the other headlight, correct?
Correct.
Right. So if they were riding abreast, shouldn't their headlights be next to each other?
With some variation, right?
Okay, if you were riding abreast, right? Even if you change this way, the motorcycle on the left is covering the motorcycle on the right, correct?
To some degree or another, yes.
Right. So if you're riding abreast, could there possibly be a white highway marking in between, no matter what angle?
On the road.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Could there possibly be space in between and an indicator? Let's go back to 20. You're talking.
Let me ask, when they were coming down the corner, the turn right there, right? They're in that turn, correct? What I'm looking at, they're in a turn.
There's a bit of a curve.
Yeah, a little curve right there. Okay, all right. Just want to make sure where I'm looking is what I'm seeing.
But it's not a straight 100%.
No, come down the curve.
All right, and I'm actually gonna just well, no, I have to do it this way. No, I just messed up my share. I was gonna go do it this other way, but I'm going to go here.
And what is the offer proof here, whether or not they're riding off point or side to side?
He said that they were riding abreast.
Okay.
Clearly, they're not riding abreast That is something that is not true in his citation, which shows again that he's making a lot of mistakes here. He's already made 2 mistakes. Now this would be number 3. He's admitted to 2 mistakes.
What was the first mistake? I'm sorry.
The first mistake was the time. Remember, he wrote on the time that it was a lot of time.
Right, 4 o'clock, something like that.
Right. Well, 3 o'clock instead.
Yeah,
of
then
4.
1400.
Yeah, the 1500 hours instead of 16 hours.
Yes.
Right. And the way it's making me share this, I have to. Okay, so here's the 29. We're going to go to 2919. Zoom in. Excuse me. It's not, oh, it's 3019. I'm sorry. Here we go. Look at all that space in between those bikes. If they were coming directly towards you, I mean, and they're not, correct? They're not coming directly towards you.
Right, there is a bit of an angle.
Right.
There's a
But
little bit,
they're not, if they're coming directly towards you, then those bikes would have been a lot closer, correct? Than what you can see here? I'm asking you to look at the.
Oh. What was
So-
your question again? Sorry.
Okay, let's just assume that there is a straight road coming directly at you,
Right,
okay?
correct.
So, okay. Would they be riding abreast if there was a straight road coming directly at you? From this picture. Look at all that space and the road marker in between.
If you're looking at something, right, and like there should be distances in between bikes, they have to be together.
Yeah, but look how wide the bikes are. Look, that's if they're coming straight at you.
But they're not in this
But they're not.
scenario.
But what I'm saying is, if they were coming straight at you, you would see a gap.
Right,
If you move even slight, there would be an overlay. If you've got 2 motorcycles, I'll use 2 pens so that they're the same.
Right, Council, I think you made your point.
Well, I'm trying to make it with him.
Well, you don't need to, he's not the one to decide.
Well, I'm trying to get to him to admit that he made a mistake. If you've got 2 come direct at you, there's a gap, correct?
correct,
Now, if you keep them abreast,
right.
and you even go a slight change, all of a sudden there's no gap, right?
Well, if there's headlights, if that's all you're looking at is headlights,
Well, I'm seeing a
Right.
gap. I'm seeing the gap.
I can still see the gap between the points of your pens though, if that makes
Right.
sense, right?
And they're
So sorry,
so they were not riding abreast, were they?
they appear to be riding abreast. And I get it, there might be offset a little bit, but what I was trying to say in my citation was that there wasn't one motorcycle and then a significant distance and then a second motorcycle.
That's not what you said, though, is it?
No, but I wrote abreast on there to show that they were closely packed together.
You declared in your citation that you visually estimated Mr. Silva and Mr. Montez speed at 59 miles per hour, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you trained in visual estimation of speeds?
Yeah, well, when we go through our radar certification, that's part of it.
Okay, so are you trained in visual estimation of
Yes.
speeds? Okay.
Yes.
When did you receive that training?
So I initially got it back in July of '09.
So
I'm sorry.
16 years ago?
Yeah, July 23 of 2009, yeah.
Okay. Did your instructor warn you that visually estimating speeds was not precise?
Yes.
Okay, so you would agree that it's not precise, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did they warn you against writing citations based on visual estimates of your speed?
It was a while ago, but I assume so, because you can't you need some confirmation.
Right. And there's a margin of error, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, now, there's a spectrum of margins of error, correct? For people who are really good at what they do and people who are not good at what they do, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so like for instance, I'll just tell you, there was a study done with just lay people, and some of their estimations were between 25 and 45 miles per hour off. So clearly their margin of error is huge. Right? So what are the margins of errors for trained police officers?
No more than 5 to 10.
5 to 10, there you go. So that's what I understand too. So if you're really, really good at what you do, it's a margin of error of plus or minus 5, correct?
Yeah.
And if you haven't done things in a while, right, and you're not as sharp, then it's margin of error closer to plus or minus 10, correct? Okay.
Yeah, I would assume so, yeah.
Right, that's what they showed you in your training, correct?
It was 16 years ago, but.
But that's what you remember.
Right.
Right, it says something that you remember something where I checked.
You were
it
able to
too.
look up to.
Right, all right, so as a sergeant, well, before you were a sergeant, how often were you visualizing the speeds?
Before I promoted,
Yes.
how often?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me put it this way. How often was it a normal part of your duties?
When I was on patrol and a field training officer, it was quite often.
Quite often, okay.
Yes.
So when you're doing it a lot and you keep it up, you would agree that your margin of error would be small,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Now, when you became a sergeant, you got all kinds of other duties, correct?
Correct.
Okay. How much less is it a normal part of your duties to visually estimate speeds?
It's
Now that you're
less.
sergeant.
Yes.
Significantly less.
I wouldn't say significantly because we we do so much out here, right? Like if I only have one officer or two officers working, then I have to be that partner, right? And we're busy out here, but we're not like Vegas busy, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
So if we assume that you are like the best, okay, let's just assume that. Are you not the best?
I'm not the best.
Okay, so between when you were previous to becoming a sergeant, your margin of error, did you see it? If 5 is the best and 10 is trained, you passed your test, but right? Where would you see your margin of error before you became a sergeant?
Oh, that's so hard.
Would it be 6, 7?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because it's still a margin within this margin, right? Like you're talking about a sliding scale. You're not talking about like
Right,
exact.
based on how, I mean, it's like anything else. If you're playing basketball every day, then you're better at playing
And
basketball,
it's
right?
a sliding
If you're
scale.
playing a musical instrument every day,
Mhm.
then you're more precise at playing a musical instrument,
Correct.
right? And if you do it less, then you're not as precise.
Correct.
So I'm trying to get we're gonna live or die with what you say, by the way, right? So prior to you being a sergeant, how good were you at it? Were you at the plus or minus 5 or close to the plus or minus 10? We have to live and die by whatever you say.
But the thing is, it changes on a daily basis, right? Like, let's say I do it a bunch and I'm super good, and while I was still on patrol and using it quite often, there might be spells where I don't do it, right? You're trying to box me into this thing, whereas it's a sliding
So
scale.
are you saying you just don't know? So it could be anywhere between 5 and 10, plus or minus?
Sure.
Okay, so then my next question is, when you stopped doing it as regularly as a sergeant, would you have gotten, not as precise?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I'm not as like, I will say this, that we have traffic officers in town that this is their bread and butter, that's all they're supposed to do. So of course they're gonna be more precise on that.
Okay.
Whereas like I do carry a lot of stuff on my plate and I'm not as good as someone that does it 24/7.
Oh, so do you think your plus or minus is closer to, like currently as a sergeant now, right now, today, your plus and minus, is it closer to the 10
The
or
later
closer to
end,
the 5?
sure, yeah.
Okay, so 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so would you admit that your visual estimated speed was well within the margin of error compared to the speed limit?
Yeah, I would feel comfortable in that.
Okay, so we cannot rely on simply your visual estimate for whether or not Mr. Silva used to
No,
speed.
no,
Okay.
you cannot.
Now, when you're doing a visual estimate, do you guess or do you implement specific training you received?
Based off my training experience.
Okay, so there's I believe there's 5 methods, correct, that they teach you in that training? Like number 1 would be pacing. That's
Yes.
an easy one.
That's pacing,
Okay, so what's pacing?
where you have a certain distance behind the vehicle, or you can be in front of the vehicle.
Right,
And
and you know how fast you're going, correct?
you're going how fast you're
Yeah.
going and how fast they're going.
Okay, so we're not pacing, right?
No,
Okay, then there's relative motion. Do you know what relative motion is?
no, I do not.
Okay, it's when the officer compares the speed of the subject to other traffic next to them. To where, for instance, if there's a big
Everyone's-
rig and
yeah.
a car, and you get the big rig going 60 miles per hour, you see the car going faster than that, then you can estimate.
Correct.
We don't have that, correct?
No.
Okay. Then you've got deceleration observation.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you want to explain to court what that is?
It's where people naturally will suddenly stop or brake upon seeing the police, and you can see the characteristics change in the vehicle when they do so.
Okay. And the main characteristic that they teach you is?
The front end dipping down.
That's right. And it happens in motorcycles too, correct? The forks? Right. So if they slammed on their brakes and really slowed down, you'd be able to see that, correct?
Correct.
Did you see them do that?
I don't remember seeing them
Okay.
do that.
All right. So, then there's gap timing. Do you know what gap timing is?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so that's when you have two fixed points.
Oh, okay.
And you can calculate speeds using math between the two fixed points. And the most common one is mile marker, right?
Mhm.
Where you see them pass 1 mile marker, you look at your clock or your watch, and then you see them go a mile, and then you stop it, and then you know, based on that time, what the miles per hour is, correct?
You're educating me because I don't know.
Well, didn't they teach you this?
No, not this specifically. I don't remember if they did, but I'm not trading gap timing. I don't use that at all.
Okay, well, I actually want to go through an exercise in gap timing here, okay? With your video and with the data that we have, okay? And I'll just walk you through it, and that's fine. I just want you to observe a few things,
Yes.
okay? So that's when we have two fixed points, and we know how fast they went, correct? And then we know the distance, okay? Now there's two ways to do this, and actually they come with the same result. So I'm going to show you the easier way, and then I can explain to you what the other way is. And if you want, we can go through that too.
Well, hold on. So you're gonna play the video live, right?
No.
And, well, let's just talk about it.
Okay.
So you have two set points.
Yes.
And you know the distance between them.
Yes.
And you're gonna have someone testify as to that distance.
I'm gonna have him identify it, and I'm going to show you how we can come up with the distance, and we're gonna do some math.
So this is what I'm envisioning, because I understand this. And so does he. That you're gonna have a mark on the road where we can identify the motorcycles are currently at, not the shining of the headlights.
Yep.
Right? Because you can see headlights and the actual object could be way back.
Right.
So you're gonna have a point on the road where you can say, all right, this is where they currently are.
Mhm.
And then you're gonna say, all right, 10 seconds later, this is currently how far they are. And then the distance between those two set objects is this.
Yes.
You're gonna have someone testify to all that?
Oh, I can show you right now.
All right, let's take a break. I need to grab a drink of water. Does
Right.
anybody else need water or bathroom break? Okay, let's get.
Water would be great.